Hello everyone, Loaded Buggy here, back with another Call of Duty 4 commentary. And every time that I see this map, it just brings me great joy because there is a very particular commentary that's always been stuck in my brain because it had a great impact on me, and that's God and Apologies by Hutch way back in the day. He played a match on this map, and yeah, it was just a commentary that really got me thinking as a young person. It made me question a lot of things in terms of my faith, and it led me to where I am now, which is a very devoted and devout Christian. That is, obviously, I'm a human, so I'm very flawed, but I've become more devoted to my faith than ever, and I credit a lot of that to Hutch because he made me question things, and I think that was really good for me because when you don't question things, you just kind of go through the motions, you don't really get anywhere. And faith in particular is something that you really have to have stable grounds that that give you a reason to believe, not believing because your parents believed or believing because you think you should believe, etc., etc. It's really important to believe because you truly do believe. Otherwise, then what's the point? If you're just going through the motions, what's the point? And that commentary in particular has always stood out to me. And I think it was a 4-part series, him talking about his experience with faith and God. And yeah, it just always stuck out to me. I tell the story, but it's completely irrelevant to the topic at hand. But I thought it'd be interesting to share because this whole channel is all about nostalgia and Call of Duty, and this map in particular, this game, and that commentary has always stuck with me because of how important it was to me. But today's topic is actually about something a little bit different because this is an old gameplay, but I was watching it back. And it just made me think that sometimes you really just have to switch things up. In this gameplay in particular, the start of the game, I'm just kind of getting codswalloped, man. I'm getting beat up left and right. I'm sure you already saw, but there was at one point when I turned the corner and that guy was sitting on the stairs. He was just waiting for me, ready for me, and I wasn't expecting him. I was not on my best Call of Duty behavior, not checking my corners, not looking at and checking my six and all that, and I paid the price for it. But as the gameplay progresses, you'll start to see that I kind of get a hang of things, and things start to go. They start to go my way a little bit more, and it's because I started to switch it up a little bit. I started to think more before I made moves. I was more conscious of the actions that I was taking, and it worked out for me because initially the gameplay was just not working. I was trying to use the AK there, as you could see, and I just switched to the M16 right now. But I was trying to use the AK there, and although it's a great gun, it was just not working for my approach. And just changing the gun to the M16 kind of makes me not necessarily camp, but post up a little bit and be more conscious about my shots and whatnot. And it ends up turning my gameplay around entirely. I went from being like in the negative, like 4 or 5 deaths, to really turning it around and making it a rather exciting gameplay. And it's because I decided to stop and think things through. And I think that approach is highly, highly valuable in life, that sometimes you can reach a goal, but how you go about it can make all the difference on your success. We see it all the time in people who are attending college, where they'll pick a major and their goal is to get a college education, and they want to do something that they're passionate about. And although sometimes that major may change, it's not always the case. We'll see people who will have the same major, but they transfer schools. Maybe the school system there or the professor there is not able to teach in a way that is cohesive or conducive to everyone's learning style. And maybe transferring to a different school and getting a different professor makes all the difference on your receptivity and how you retain information and all those things. There's all different kinds of factors that may lead to that person's success. And sometimes it's just a matter of switching things up. A different environment, different decisions, a different approach, taking a left turn as opposed to a right turn. Maybe all of those things will lead you to the destination you want to be at. And I think it's really, really valuable to, take a step back and reevaluate. Because just because you want a certain outcome doesn't mean that the approach that you're taking will get you there. You can't always force an outcome in the way you want. Trying to force something to happen, man, it just makes the work so much harder. And whenever you sit back and you analyze, it often makes the road a bit easier because whenever you're trying to force things to happen, you're working against the tide. You're trying to swim upstream a bit, and that's not always the best approach. Maybe you have to get out of the stream and take a little bit of a hike. Instead of swimming against the stream, swimming upstream, you take a walk, because walking is a heck of a lot easier than trying to swim upstream. So don't swim upstream. Get out of the creek and start walking, because maybe you'll get to your destination a heck of a lot faster. So this was just kind of something that I thought about whenever I was watching this gameplay back, and I was hoping to provide you guys with some encouragement that your goal, your destination, very well may be reachable, but if you're finding yourself being in the midst of some roadblocks, analyze, reevaluate, think about why you're doing things the way that you're doing. Is it not working for a reason? Or maybe it is working for a reason, and you stay the course. But if it's not working, maybe you can still get to the destination that you want to be at, reach the goal that you want to reach, but do it in a way that kind of allows you to float downstream or to hop out of that creek and start a walking. Because it's not always worth doing it your way. Sometimes there is a better way. Sometimes you just need to swallow your own pride. Man, do I know I've been there. Man, do I know that I've been there. There's nothing worse than sticking to your guns and trying to force a result to happen, and just making your life so much more difficult, when you could have just stopped, asked for help, or even just switched things up a bit, and you would have got to the destination that you wanted to be so much faster. So anyway, I know I like to just yap and yap and yap, but that's kind of the whole point of this channel, isn't it? So hopefully this commentary was of some value to you. I really hope it was, because yeah, it just really clicked with me, and I wanted to share this information with you. Hopefully you enjoy this commentary. If you enjoy these commentaries from me and you want to see more, leave a like and click the subscribe button, because there's many more where this came from. Thank you all for watching this video in particular, and yeah, bye now.